Have you ever wanted to have an ungodly amount of XP in Bedwars? Oh, you did? Well, you came to the right place. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the best XP farm in Bedwars. Yippee! So, it's actually pretty simple and the resources are pretty easy. Alright, now that we're in the game, let's get straight into it. So what you're going to want to do is go to the shop and you're going to buy a couple stacks of wool. This will allow you to bridge to other people, it's pretty cost effective. So if you're in a normal survival playthrough, you should be able to make this farm. Alright, so we're just going to go over here and bridge to this island. It's actually quite simple and, sometimes it's dangerous, but that's okay because you could just go ahead and buy more wool. Alright, now we're going to go over and bridge to this island. The Diamond Island is actually very useful for this tutorial. So I'd recommend 10 out of 10 going over to this island, but you don't need to if you don't want to. You could also bridge to Emerald. That works, but your rates will be a little less efficient if you do that. Now that we're at this island, it's a very important step that you don't jump off the edge because this will lower your rates significantly. Instead, bridge over to this island using don't do that. Do not do that. What you want to do, hold up, let me try that again. Bridge over to this island using icy bridge technique. I 10 out of 10 recommend it. It'll definitely increase your rates if you do this. So make sure to icy bridge from the Diamond Island to this island over here. Now that we're at this island, I can start explaining how to get into the actual farm. So basically, now that you're here, you're going to want to go back to your island because you don't have the resources to make the farm just yet. But if you don't want to watch me walk all the way back to my island, skip the video, I guess. I don't know. Alright, I'm just walking back to my island. I highly suggest you sprint jump back to your island so your rates don't drop by any, because you don't want your rates to drop. Alright, now that we're here at my island, I want you to buy these materials. Alright, you're going to go up to the shop and you're going to buy a diamond sword, some diamond armor. You could also buy some deep slate. A stack works, but if you want higher rates, I'd recommend buying 3. Okay? And now, this is the best strategy into getting the highest rates in your Bedwars farm. Alright? Now, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have to go over to this potion table here, and you're actually gonna click and unlock it. Now, in this potion table, you need to buy 2 specific potions. You're going to buy a potion of poison. Make sure to buy 8 potions of poison for most effectiveness, and also buy 8 potions of regen. You can buy more if you want for higher rates, but this is the minimum required, so this should be good. Now that you have your stuff, you're gonna go back to the enemy base. This should take a little bit, and you shouldn't fall off here, because if you do, your rates are gonna get significantly lowered. So at 10 out of 10, do not recommend falling off the islands, because if you fall off, then, well, it's not good for you, You don't want your rates to, decline, So you don't want to make sure you're not falling off, okay? So, you just don't, fall off of the island when you're, building your stuff. Also, suggested for rates, you should probably make sure that for higher rates, you want to make sure that the people you're going to be, the Bedwars players you're going to farm, don't really know how to leave the game. So make sure they're relatively low. You want to bridge to the base that has the lowest level players in the lobby. Lower leveled means higher rates. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to see this stuff. Make sure the farm is facing the southeast, because if it's facing any other direction, your rates are going to be dropping significantly, okay? Now, once you know it's facing the southeast, I want you to build a deep slate wall in front of these exits, The mobs will spawn in these spawn points, so you want to make sure to block it off so the mobs can't escape. Okay, there we go. Now you want to build a staircase to get into the farm and start activating this thing. Alright? Now, once you're in the farm, you want to block off this staircase right here, because the mobs will be able to escape if you don't block off the staircase. I want to because mobs like to go up stuff, because they what's it called? They pathfind to higher elevations. So you want to make sure to block this off because the mob rate will be dropped significantly if you don't. Okay, now, and you want to block up this final entrance so no mobs can escape the spawners, and this should be good to go. Alright, let's just block that there, and boom. Alright, now that you have your spawner and everything's set up, you can start chucking poison potions at the mobs. This will be super effective because they won't know what to do. Now, you're going to get your poison potions ready, and you're just going to start throwing them all around. This will damage the mobs a significant amount, and they won't be able to buy better gear. If you ever get low, just make sure to regen yourself up, and this should be good. Now, you just keep killing them until you have enough kills to gain all the XP you need. Now, once you want to escape, you just pillar up, and don't leave it at exit so they cannot escape. And now you have a fully functional Bedwars farm for these Bedwars mobs. Now that you have your farm set up, hopefully you have a good time farming Bedwars mobs and getting all the XP you need to finally hit level 100. Subscribe.